Palace on Sunday with myself, Spen and Chaz. Before we get started, as always, if you subscribed, if you're following us, thank you very much. If you're not, please just take a second just to click that subscribe or follow button. It really helps us as a new pod, and also we'll make sure that you don't miss a thing. So yeah, thank you very much. And we're also available on Spotify and Apple if you get your stuff there. So thank you very much. But yeah, let's get into it, Chaz. So before we dive into the game, let's talk about the week, because since we last met after the Everton review, a few things been going on. So first of all, in the world of United, loosely, former coach Eric Ramsey sacked at West Brom after
Yeah, I
only
saw that.
9 games in charge and not a single win.
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. I think one of these things, like coaches taking up jobs like that, it's really hard to take that step up, and not everyone manages it. And that's why you see some of these coaches give it a go once, and then you don't see him again. Like thinking back to like Rennie Mullerstein, like he go to? Who did he go to? It wasn't West Brom, was it? Actually,
Was it?
it was someone like that, was it? I can't remember who it was. But he's similar sort of thing, but he got sacked pretty quickly as well. And I think it's just one of those things. Like just a great coach doesn't mean you're a great manager, does it?
No. I mean, tough gigs, aren't they? Some of these as well, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's not really got a kind of leg to stand up when it's
yeah,
nine
yeah,
games without a win and leaving West Brom 1 point above relegation. But a bit of a look at former United people, so I thought we'd mention that. And then last night, Champions League suite of games, a few noticeable things. Newcastle march on after a 9-3 aggregate against
yeah.
Karabag. Jazz, could Newcastle win the Champions League?
Absolutely not. No,
Not at all.
nah, not a chance. I think it's just because I guess that new kind of playoff round type thing, you just get some weaker teams still in that sort of competition. So you're kind of thinking, oh, this is like next stage, but really it's not next stage. It's like it's not a proper stage. It's just an extra money maker. So yeah, no surprise they beat carrier bag, is it?
You took that on my mind. That's all I can hear when I hear the team. Not trying to disrespect, but it's just carrier bag, isn't it? And you've got to be a carrier bag 9-3. Otherwise, you're in
Yeah,
trouble, aren't you?
exactly. Yeah,
And then Bodo Glimt. What is going on at that
yeah,
place?
fair play.
5-3, 5-2 aggregate against Inter. And then obviously
Yeah.
they've beat City, they've beat Atletico Madrid. This isn't just a one-off. Could they win
Well,
it?
also the Europa League last year, they got to the semis, right? Was it semis? Of
Yeah,
course, it's
yeah,
because Spurs beat them. So they're
yeah.
obviously a decent team, and they're doing something right. Obviously, I know an away game to the Arctic Circle is not ideal. So, but fair play. Like these are the kind of stories you love, isn't it? So it's nice to see. I guess seeing teams like that in it more in this new kind of league type of structure. So I think yeah, I love stories like this, and knocking out Inter's mad. Like last year's finalists, it's crazy.
Stop dodging my question. Can they win it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. All right, maybe to a contender then. Vinicius sees off Benfica. They ended up winning 3-1 in aggregate after that. Normally just
Yeah,
his first leg.
nice for him to get the winner as well, just to kind of a
Yeah.
bit of a two fingers up to their fans. And I think I saw something this morning again, like some nonsense in the crowd, some more racist kind of things going on. It's just like we said it last week, just stop. There's no place for it.
Yeah.
But I don't really rate them this season. Like I don't feel like they're the same kind of force they have been where they play badly and still get to finals and things like that. I just don't think they're there anymore. They're just not that cohesive. So I can't remember who they've got next, but I'm sure they can progress a bit further. I just don't see them winning it unless things change dramatically. But we said that before, to be fair, about Real
Grumpy.
Madrid.
Grumpy today, Chaz, are very defiant in your views.
Okay,
And
straight in.
for those on the video, Chaz is not in prison, even though he's in a grey jumper and a
I do
whole
look like
grey
it.
room. Go on then. If it's not them teams, who is winning the Champions League while we're on it, from your point of view?
I don't know. Like I think PSG, like last year, they didn't have a best start to the competition, but they got better and better. And I think they normally they wrap their league quite early as well. So
Yeah.
then they can focus. So I feel like PSG are probably famous. Annoyingly, Arsenal, which really annoys me. I couldn't bear it if they won it.
No.
But they obviously are. They're decent in the Champions League. But I'm hoping, like, they obviously have played Bayern already and they smashed them. But I'm just hoping they bottle it. And like, I don't know if they'll be able to keep the mentality there across the league, a kind of proper title fight now and Champions League. and obviously they're in the FA Cup and League Cup as well. So I have to count them as some of the favourites, but really, really do not want them to win a European trophy.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar. We've got a lot of English teams in there, and it is hard to see past kind of Arsenal, kind of with their start and stuff as well. But kind of hoping that Bayern win it. I think. I
Yeah,
think that they've got probably a decent setup as well. But it could be
or
worth.
Bodo, right?
That's what I mean. I was going to say it could be worth a bit of money on Bodo. I mean, to be honest, the odds aren't probably that crazy anymore. To be fair, as well, maybe winning the thing is probably a stretch, but there's some cracking results there.
Yeah, it's probably like next round, whoever they've got, like it's probably worth chucking money on to go through, just because they've probably got decent odds still.
Yeah.
If you're a gambling person.
Yeah, gamble responsibly. There you go.
Yeah.
And then but let's get back to United. I wish we were talking about United in the Champions League, but hopefully wins against Palace can help that cause. But back onto United, Gabriel under 18 scoring 2 more goals. We've spoken about him briefly. I think we've been very conscious not to kind of overhype him too soon, but it's definitely building with how he's been performing, Chaz.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw he scored another one like 25 yards out. It's like, considering he's just turned 15, or like in the last few months, he's close to 15 and he is to 16. Like the goals he's scoring against 18-year-olds, sometimes 21-year-olds, like are just, trying not to get too excited about it because he's so young. But what he's doing is pretty impressive. It's just like the actual skills he's got as well, and the goals he's scoring different types of goals. He's scoring worldies, he's scoring tap-ins, scuff goals, but like his footwork is just ridiculous. Like, but stay calm. It's what we've got to do.
It sounded like you were getting a little bit excited there. I'm not gonna lie, but it's hard not to. We've got players like that in the youth. I just really hope he can keep progressing, but stay as humble as possible when he's probably getting all this attention and all this kind of stuff at such an early age, because future's bright for him, and I'm sure, I hope we'll be talking about him on this pod for Man United in more time to come.
Did you see Steve Harrison's Instagram story from yesterday?
No,
so he was I'm not sure who it is. I think it's like a private coach, but working with Chido Obi on kind of like shooting practice. He's really good. He looks like he's a big kid, obviously. He's really tall, but like he just looked really good, like really fast feet, really strong, and obviously we know his finishing really good. I know he's been in the 18s and 21s as well a lot, but he's starting to score a lot of goals again. And it looks like if he's doing this extra training with kind of private coaches and things like that, like he's got the right attitude as well to try and get himself back in towards that first team picture. So like really, it was very impressive to see what he's doing. So I'll try and find that and share it with you.
No, I love it. No, I think, to be honest, he had a taste of the first team, and we liked him then, didn't we? Obviously, knowing that he's young, and I think there was too much pressure on him at the time. So I kind of like how we're kind of managing some of these younger players as well. But good luck to him, because again, he looks like he's got all the attributes. And we got him from Arsenal, didn't we, as well, with Aiden Heaven. So hopefully two great signings there. And if the future's bright for our youth, it's only a good thing for the first team in the future. So let's keep an eye on that as we go. And then in terms of keeping an eye on United more generally as well, obviously the financials have come out. We're definitely not a finance podcast, and I don't think we've got a maths qualification between us, have we? But we'll do our best. But I think 32.6 million operating profit, which is a big uptick on what it was last time in the same period at 3.9. But it's impossible to get away from that debt figure that still remains at 1.3 billion. Trending in the right way, and I'm a bit reluctant to say this when I know that that's also been at the cost of 450 jobs at the club as well. So it's nice to see the right trend, particularly when we're not in the Champions League, and things like that. But with that debt at such a large figure, kind of, what do you think about it, Jess?
Well, I did see the makeup of that debt. So I think 500 is transfers. 500 million of that is transfers, which is fairly normal. The only thing that's annoying with it is that most of those transfers are rubbish. So it's still bits of like Sancho and things like that. So that's frustrating, but it's kind of standard. And then 700 million of that is the exact same debt we've been financing for 20 years or servicing for 20 years. So then really it's only like 100 million on top of that, of kind of new debt. So, and I think like 25 million of that was that rolling credit facility we have. And I don't know, it's just sickening, isn't it? Like that we still have this weight around our neck, which a business that's generating this amount of profit shouldn't have. Or again, is generating profit again and has been generating profit for many years. Just because of kind of a very dodgy way that's not legal anymore to finance to buy a club. So I think the number's scary, the 1.3 billion is scary, but also if you think most of that is debt we've been managing for a very long time anyway. But as obviously a United fan, you're desperate for that just to disappear along with the Glazers. So
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think we know we shouldn't be in this place, particularly of where we were pre-Glazers and how successful we've been and well run as a club. But it still lingers, and will continue to while the Glazers are there. And then when these kind of announcements come out, it kind of reminds you, not that we really forget, but I think it's important just to kind of mention it. As I say, not a finance pod, and there's some cool places to go and actually learn more about it or have a read about it. But we'll kind of keep an eye on it as well, just in the wider United landscape. But yeah, that's kind of since we last met, Chaz. But let's have a look forward to the game on Sunday. So Sunday, 1st of March, 2 p.m. kickoff. I'll be there. I'm going with Mrs. S, which is actually normally a good thing. She doesn't come too often, but when she does to come to the game, then
it's a win.
It's a win. So yeah, fingers crossed for more of the same. It's also live on Sky Sports in the UK on Super Sunday. And then thought it was kind of, I saw this earlier, the Man United Shareholders Trust will be holding the first food bank drive of the year before the game from 11 to 2. Nice. So if you are going to the game, then you can get involved in that, then it's a great thing to do. And looking at on the back of 10 top flight games unbeaten, Chaz, we know West Ham didn't go kind of how we wanted it to, but good energy at the minute around United and Carrick.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you've got to be going into this with confidence, and also knowing that we normally perform better against the better teams. And I guess you put Palace, even though they're in a bit of a dodgy run of form, you still put them up probably above Everton and above West Ham, even though they aren't necessarily in the league at this point, or at least again above Everton. So I guess I'm more confident playing them than I was West Ham and Everton, because we knew that it was going to be a stodgy kind of scruffy game, and I think this will be a more open game, which I think will suit us. So yeah, I'm excited, and yeah, obviously this is not a feeling we've had much recently, but one we used to have back in the day. But going into a game with confidence, which is really nice and refreshing.
I like it. Yeah, let's get into them a little bit. As you say, Palace, it's a bit of a weird spot for them at the minute, because obviously there's a bit of a, Glasner's gone from hero to zero. They've actually got a game tonight in Europe, which in theory should be a good thing for us, which gives us a bit more rest. Yeah. However, they'll be a bit sharper maybe, particularly to begin with. But yeah, just such a weirdness going around Palace in terms of Glasner, taking them to an FA Cup victory, then being dumped out of it by Macclesfield recently as well. So what do you make of the whole Palace and Glasner situation?
I think you can see why he obviously don't know what the board have said to him and those conversations they've had, but for him to publicly come out, and obviously obviously Mateta didn't happen because of the injury, but he's basically getting his best players sold. And you think normally on the back of a success like winning the FA Cup, first trophy in whatever it is, 142 years or something, like that's the time to try to back a club, or at least invest some of that money and give him the time to be able to reinvest that money. But it was all kind of last minute sales and things like that. So I think I can see why he's frustrated and annoyed. Yeah. But from the other standpoint, it's like, okay, you're leaving anyway. That's been announced. So you want to perform well, because you want to, like, he had a chance potentially of getting the United job. I don't think he does anymore because of the way he's behaved with the board publicly. And we've just had that experience with Amorim. And then obviously they're not winning matches. So you basically want to have a good run in towards the summer, because there's going to be lots of jobs available. So he's just kind of putting himself further down pecking orders across multiple clubs because of the way he's behaving, when he obviously is a good manager, because he won the Europa League, right, with Frankfurt. Or final. Yeah. And then he's obviously won the FA Cup. So he's obviously got pedigree, but he's just kind of harnessing it slightly with the way he's kind of behaving at the moment. But you can understand why he's a bit peeved.
Yeah, you can. I think you make some good points there. Apparently, he moved in similar ways at Frankfurt as well, but I'm torn because I get it. I understand the frustration in wanting to build on what he's been doing, but at the same time, you got to kind of, with respect, know the kind of type of clubs you're at, and
Yeah,
they are gonna, if bigger clubs come in with that kind of money, you can kind of understand why. The clubs he's been at are letting these players go. It's hard to turn down, right? And as long as they kind of
yeah.
reinvest, which was probably then they're going spending what we talked about last time, 48 mil on Larson.
Yeah, Strand, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a weird one to go from winning the FA Cup to having banners saying "get out" like so soon. But yeah, he seems really grumpy, and I hope his grumpiness continues on Monday
Yeah,
as well when we beat them.
And I think
On
we
their
mentioned
side,
before, obviously I was going to say, like, we have linked to lots of different managers, but ever since we've been, obviously Amrin left, like, I've not wanted Glasner just because the formation, I know he's not tied to that formation like Amrin was, but I just never fancied him. I never really thought he's a United manager. So I'm kind of glad he's having this head wobble because I think it just helps us distance ourselves from him anyway.
I hope so. Am I going from cool, calm Carrick to what seems like a bit of an emotional fella? I don't.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
we whatever
We've done
happens,
that.
and I know we're Team Carrick. Like we've got to take some of these learnings and some of the build on the good stuff that Carrick's delivered, and having that composure and that way of being a Man United manager has to kind of carry on. So yeah, I hope we've dodged Glasner, and it'll be interesting to see what he does at the end of the season. That's for sure. On the Palace side, like I say, they're playing tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. They've got a few injuries. I think they got Crocs missed, Wolves, and is a doubt, and Ketia won't play. And then there's also question marks under Doucouré, Lerma, and Mateta. So some noticeable absences. There's also been that weirdness around Mateta since he nearly moved, and then the
Yeah.
move fell through, and then Larson came in. So yeah, that's a bit of a strange one as well because great player Mateta on his day, isn't he?
Yeah, I liked him as like a striker we could potentially sign.
Yeah, I agree.
Like not as like a long term one, but like a kind of a proven Premier League to push whoever the future star is, which in this case would be Seska. I kind of quite liked Mateta as an option there. But I feel like now they spent whatever it was 48 million on Larson. I feel like he's going to be the starter because they know Mateta's going to be leaving. So like, well, I expect we're better off building up Larson, getting the fans on side
Yeah,
with Larson. So I think even if he is fit, he won't start. Um, and that Lerma's pretty decent. He's like a solid Premier League kind of player. So if he's missing, that's good. And then obviously we've got like people like Wharton, so he's obviously a good player. He's been linked to us as well. Like he's kind of gone a bit down the pecking order versus
yeah,
Anderson, but still a good player. But I think with the resurgence of Cobby, then maybe he's a bit similar to Cobby. So would you need him? I think we need to kind of have different midfielders before we go for someone like Wharton, for example.
yeah. I totally agree. And on that theme, who's your ones to watch from Palace? You've mentioned a couple of
Uh,
players there, but who?
yeah, so I guess you would say, is that what's his face? Is it Pino, Pino Grigio?
The right back.
Um,
He's talking about.
yeah,
He's like in midfield. Munoz.
no. Munoz is the right back, right? He's decent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's very
Yeah,
good.
he's
Yeah,
good. Um, and then obviously Wharton, and then I think to be fair, like Larson's had a pretty good start since he's joined. Like he scored a few goals, so I guess you got to say he's the other one sort of to watch. But they'll be the main ones, yeah. Like Wharton, obviously, if you're him, he's looking for a move probably this summer.
yeah,
So he needs to perform in these big games. So it could be an audition for United. It's an audition for other games. He knows obviously whenever United are in town, everyone's watching. So yeah, it's a chance for him to step up and show. Actually, don't forget about me. Don't just focus on Anderson. Like I'm good as well. So I feel like he might really try to have a good game.
yeah. I like the look of him. Blackburn lad, I think he is as well. I heard an interview with him not too long ago. He seems to be a decent character, but
Yeah,
yeah, I hope he has a terrible game on a Sunday and then
yeah.
plays a little bit better. But yeah, for me, I think Sa is one in midfield that I really like the look of. Really
Yeah,
strong player, gets important goals. So, and I often have him in my fantasy team as well, and he's got a decent rate of return. So he's a good player. And then annoyingly, and I don't want to jinx this, but I don't like playing against Henderson. He always seems to be kind of
no,
really
yeah,
up for it against us. I don't really like playing against former goalkeepers, full stop. But with Henderson, I just feel he's still a little bit bitter maybe
bitter.
about his
Yeah,
treatment at United, and so he really gets up for it. So hopefully we can stick a few past him on Sunday.
yeah.
But yeah, he's another one which sometimes for me is a bit of a one to watch against Palace. Turning attention to us and looking at our team news. So I think there's still a question mark over Martinez, although Carrick said it doesn't seem to be too bad, but you never know kind of what to take from that and whether they'll risk it.
Yeah,
I
I
think there's
feel like
still
with
question.
Newcastle coming up, right? Like maybe you'll save
Yeah,
him for Newcastle. In theory, being a tougher game, Newcastle away. So
yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't think we'll start Martinez, but
Yeah, and with the defence doing pretty well against Everton as well, I was thinking
yeah,
along the same lines. And then there's obviously still question marks over De Ligt and Mason Mount, who seem to be getting closer, but it's a tough one to call. We know that Dorgu's definitely out. It'll be good to kind of get him back eventually. But kind of going into that, we've already kind of touched on it. Your predicted lineup, Chaz, changes more of the same. What do you think?
so I am pretty much going to predict what I predicted most weeks, but this time, obviously, now I absolutely love Dello since his Rio interview. So he's in the squad, he's back in the team again. So
Yeah,
obviously, Lemon's in goal because obviously he was ridiculously good against Everton and just so calm. Then right back Dello, then yeah, be Yoro and Maguire, left back Shaw, the same midfield, three, with Cobby, Cass, and Bruno. And then I think I will do what ended the last game. So Brian on the right, Cunha on the left, and then Sesko in the middle, and I'd drop Ahmad to the bench. That's what I really. I
I
think he
think
will. I think he
really
will change it this time. I think
okay.
this is what I want, and I think this is what he will do this time.
Interesting.
That's what I'm going with. I think Sesko's just proven now he deserves to start. Um, and I think also like maybe Carrick just needs to show a bit of flexibility and a bit of
Yeah.
like I can pick a different team that does win and does play in a slightly different way from the start. So that's my prediction slash hope. What about you?
Yeah, not, as always, not far off. I think Yoro will keep that place, particularly with the defense playing so well. I might be reading too much into it, but with Brian kind of limping off towards the end, I wonder
True.
whether
Yeah.
that could be a thing. Again, maybe not, maybe not. But and again, I hope this is not just wishful thinking, but I do think Sesko is going to start. So in my lineup, I was actually thinking that maybe it'll be Sesko, Cunha, and Ahmad, and maybe
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
will be rested. But again, I haven't really heard much more on Brian, whether he is injured or whether he just was feeling something. So it could be nonsense. But I had a weird feeling that Sesko's going to start over Brian for this one, and maybe Brian comes off the
Yeah. Yeah.
bench and works a bit of magic. And yeah, and on that note, score. What do you reckon?
I'm going big. 8
Woohoo!
0. Nah. No,
Come back down to earth.
I'm going clean sheet again, and I'm
All
going to
right,
go 3-0.
you've
Solid
stole you've stolen mine.
victory. And I'm going goals for Sesko is getting 2,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Bruno is scoring a penalty.
okay. This is mad. Like I promise you, we haven't planned this before. I've gone 3-0, and largely because, as I mentioned, Mrs. S is coming and she's normally lucky and sees some goals. And I've got Sesko, 1. I've got
Yeah,
Bruno, 1,
yeah.
genuinely. And then I've got a random one for Maguire.
Oh, slabhead
Yeah,
head.
I'm thinking so. Yeah, I'm fancying that. So a couple of 3-0s. Please make
Yeah,
it be. That would be
very happy
great.
with that. Very happy
I
with that.
think again, I'm not being too greedy, and obviously I'm very happy with the wins and how we've been performing. But I feel like Carrick and we kind of were due a little bit of a convincing one, like and a good performance. So to be back at
Yeah,
Old
yeah,
Trafford with our fans, I would love it if we could have a bit of get a good win, lift the mood again, and keep going because it's been
yeah,
really
yeah,
good. But obviously a couple of stumbles with West Ham, and I've still probably class Everton as a stumble because yeah, we know the performance was pretty ugly. So would
yeah.
love to see us kind of crack on, which would be great. All right, I like it. A couple of 3-0s. No doubt we'll come back to the review and it'll be a 1-0
Yeah.
or a 1-1 or something. Hopefully not. But yeah, let's hope we can get it. And then having a look at the wider weekend, a couple of juicy fixtures. So first we've got Leeds v City. I'm only classing that as juicy really because it's at Ellen Road and obviously a bit of a derby there. But what do you think of that one?
Yeah. I think City are getting to that sort of post-Christmas groove. So I think you go, if this was in November, you go, oh, tricky game. Leeds are doing it right. I think City will win it. I think it'll be like a solid. Yeah, it's like, which one was it? The Fulham game where I thought it might be a tough game, and then they just battered them. I feel like it might be one of those games.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal beat Leeds the other day quite comfortably as well. So I feel like it's going to be a similar sort of vibe to that. So yeah, I'm going to go City comfortable win there.
Nice. And then another one, potential biggie, Arsenal Chelsea at the Emirates.
It's good for us, right? Like,
Yeah.
if Arsenal win, then amazing because Chelsea would be 6 points behind, assuming we win, which is great to get that gap. And then I know it's madness to talk about it, but I still get a little bit giddy if they lost, and then we just get closer to Arsenal. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the gap would be then. Nine would it be? Single figures.
We are 13 points. 13 points away.
13?
Yeah.
They played a game more though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that would take you down to 10. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Chelsea.
Chelsea
Chelsea
and then 7
really
when we win our game in hand. So yeah.
Chaz.
Title charge is on. It's on. It's on.
It's on.
21's coming.
No, to be honest, Chelsea are really unpredictable. So I think Arsenal could, thump them, or Chelsea could just pull something out of the bag and the players show up. So I find that really tough to call, but it's not an easy fixture for Arsenal. Chelsea will be up for it.
No.
They'll want to stop Arsenal as well. So
also off the back of a bad result for Chelsea, right? The draw with Burnley. Yeah. So you think they'll want to respond positively. So you think, maybe they'll. Yeah, I'm still going to go an Arsenal win, is my prediction. But
with a rational head on, I do think an Arsenal win would be better for us. As much as I would love us to get close and push them, I think realistically, if they can take some more points off, a top 4 rival, that would be helpful. But let's see. Looks like a good weekend. And to finish, I like a bit of challenge Chaz trivia in these previews. Are you ready?
No. Yeah.
No. Good. And play along if you're watching or listening as well. So it's been a bit of a goalkeeper theme, really. Obviously, Lemons has been fantastic against Everton on Sky. Van der Sar was there. So I think he's got in my head a little bit, and I've gone with a bit of a goalkeeper one. So it could be a bit of a challenge. So my question to you today, Chaz, as part of Challenge Chaz Trivia, is how many former Manchester United goalkeepers currently play in the Premier League, and can you name them? And there's a bit of a twist on one, which I'm quite interested to see.
Currently play in the Premier League. So it's Henderson.
Correct.
Let me think. Is Steele playing somewhere in the Premier League? Can we start? No.
Hold on. You might have done me there. Steele. Did he get? Because wasn't he at Brighton? Or did he move?
I thought so. Yeah. If it's the same Steele, I'm thinking of, but it might not be actual. Is it Luke Steele or Luke Steele?
No, I think we're both getting confused. You've thrown me. I knew my quiz was watertight. No, he doesn't count. So you can.
Can you tell me how many there are?
Yeah, there's 2.5, and that makes no sense.
So I've got one.
You've got one.
Who else is there? Oh, Dubrovka.
Very good.
Dubrovnik.
Where's he at now? Do you know the team?
He was at. So he went from Newcastle to us, and then he went back to Newcastle. I think he's on loan somewhere. Is it Brentford?
Same first letter. Lower down. Lower.
Burnley.
Yes. Right, and then
I'm missing the half.
Yeah, this is a funny one. I'm interested if anyone listening or watching can get it. Let us know in the comments before Chaz does, or maybe I tell you. I think you could definitely get the keeper if you think about it. and I might be confusing you by saying there's a question mark over it, but I'll explain once we announce it. Good goalkeeper. I like him, and I actually thought he had potential.
He must be a younger guy. Is he younger? Was he like a youth keeper?
Yeah, he's 32.
I'm struggling to think of who it could be. You have to give me a clue.
He played for England.
Played for England.
He was at United between 2011 and 2018.
That long?
Yeah.
Played for England. It's absolutely doing me.
He's got the same name as an old school trophy that had paint in it.
Old school trophy had paint in it. You have to just tell me. Put me out of my misery.
His first name is also a famous fireman.
Sam Johnston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where he's at?
Who's he playing for now? I assume he's not starting, but Premier League. No, I wouldn't go to Leeds. Leeds.
No, lower. Much lower.
Is he at Wolves?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Is he?
Now, the question mark is that he obviously was at United, but he actually never made a competitive first team appearance.
Oh, that's why I didn't say him. I had him straight away, but that's why I didn't say him.
Whatever. But nice effort, and well done if you got that watching or listening. Very impressive, very impressive. Yeah, I think the goalkeeper theme just from this week got me, so I just went straight into that. And as with all this, if it's not watertight, then you can blame the internet. There's no T's and C's on this quiz.
Tell us where we've gone wrong.
So yeah, Spencer's answers are final. But yeah, good effort, Chaz. But Bill, yeah, exciting. So a couple of 3-0 wins we're predicting for Sunday. Yeah. So let's hope that happens.
Be a nice review on Monday.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. So we obviously have a different perspective, and I can share some in-ground stuff, which will be nice. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. And as always, let us know what you think. Give us your comments to the trivia if you manage to get it. Let us know what you think the score is going to be on Sunday. And please, 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 if not already, subscribe, follow, give us a like, give us all that good stuff in terms of comments. We really, really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks very much. United.
Cheers.